So, a sad, sad day for the Zenfone community. Unfortunately, it looks like ASUS is going to stop making the highly, highly coveted Zenfone phones. I, of course, have the Zenfone 9. I've praised it, I mean, not since day one, so I'll say since day 3 or 4, because we had the USB 2.0 issue, which I don't want to get into it right now, but aside from that, which I definitely have found ways to not care about it nearly as much, everything else about the phone has been great. Form factor, battery life, screen, cameras, charging speeds, dual physical SIMs, fingerprint reader, software support, stock Android, headphone jack. How did I not even say that first? So many things about it. Battery life, if I didn't already say that. So many good things about the Zenfone 9. And then ASUS pretty much just copied that. Copy, paste into the Zenfone 10. But unfortunately, it's looking like the Zenfone 10 is going to be the last compact smartphone. Let's listen to what TechLink has to say about it.
ASUS's compact Zenfone 10 might be the last Zenfone ever, damn it, when it launches in the US on September 19th. Disappointing the apparently dozens of people, there's lots of us, who prefer phones that can be used with one hand.
Yeah, you say that.
This information comes from the far too literally named Taiwanese tech news site Tech News, who says ASUS will be discontinuing the Zenfone line in favor of making more beefy ROG gaming phones. Why? Small phone lovers, I'm sorry, but you must accept that you have lost. Now put the TV in your pocket.
Get it in there.
So I went Googling so that way I could have a better backdrop to whatever it is that I'm talking about. And as I see, and you can see too, that apparently that's fake news. So I don't know exactly who first started rolling out that information saying that the Zenfone division was going away. Of course, in TechLink, they mentioned, Tech News or whatever the name of that website was. Don't know if they were just trying to get clicks. But I'm happy to see here that it looks like that's not going to happen. And this is just one article. And in fact, this was what I was going to use as my backdrop right here. Android Authority, I believe, was the first place I saw that it was going to happen, or that ASUS was going to stop making the Zenfone. But as you can see, the update says not true. Let's see, if we scroll down here, there's an official statement. So let's go to their website. All right, so ASUS confirms it is not shutting down the Zenfone division. And let's see, it looks like the official statement is, we would like to address the rumor that ASUS Zenfone 10 will be the last generation of the series and the ASUS Zenfone product line will shut down. This is not true. All right, well, that's good news. I'm still going to upload this video because I hit record. My concern, so I'll go ahead and just talk about what I was going to say, is that it would not have been surprising. I don't think, well, I know that, comparatively speaking, the Zenfone is not a very popular phone. So it would not have been surprising. It would have been highly disappointing. But at the same time, business is business. And we are consumers. And of course, they want to make as much money from us as possible. But if it just looks like they aren't making enough from us, then they're just going to call it quits. Now, in TechLink, they mentioned that according to the article that they were pulling from, the ASUS was going to focus on the ROG line. So I believe that's Republic of Gamers. And I was like, that has to be an even smaller community of people when it comes to gaming phones. Not the gaming community at large, but just people who actually purchase gaming phones. So when I first heard that, I was like, maybe they're just gambling and saying that, okay, well, let's, put all of our eggs in one basket and see what happens. But yeah, that is good news. And to further what they are saying right here, we will continue our two main phone business product lines, the ROG phone and the Zenfone. ASUS has a strong commitment to our smartphone business and customers. Please reference our Q2 earnings call for more information. Please stay tuned for our 2024 product lineups. So let's see if we scroll down. So as per the company's Q2 earning report, the phone accounted for 2% of total revenue in the quarter, up from 1% in the same quarter last year. So that's good news. It looks like ASUS wants to build on that growth, even though its smartphone business holds the lowest share in its overall product mix, with PCs and components dominating sales. Okay, so we'll see. I mean, they're saying that they're not going to cut the business, but 1% of their total quarter sales, and then and it went up to 2. So technically, if we were looking at it, when people do just start talking about percentages, I mean that's 100% in terms of, I guess, not necessarily complete growth, but just 100% of increase of total revenue per that little subcategory. So maybe they are committed to it, but I mean, there are plenty of companies who would probably be like, why are we like, hey, hold on a second, hold on. Like they'd be, hey, how much, what percent, kill it. And for something this small in terms of their overall revenue, yeah, that's, I don't even know if you need you probably need an email at minimum, but it can almost be a word, hey, just kill it. Don't even worry about it. And then we back to the meeting, back to everything that we were actually talking about, back to everything that actually makes money. So hopefully they do stick around. Now, as I mentioned, I said all of those good things about the Zenfone 9. I have not purchased the Zenfone 10 because the Zenfone 10 is so similar to the Zenfone 9. So I can only imagine what the Zenfone 11 will be. I mean, hopefully something makes it a little different. I mean, I hope they don't take away the things that make the Zenfone a good phone, mainly the compact size, the headphone jack, a good battery life, good screen. I mean, the cameras are fine. I don't think they need, if you look at the back, which, it's over there. You can Google an image of it if you want. In fact, if you scroll back up, there it is. Those camera rings are really, really big. So we don't need those. But, so I hope that the Zenfone 11 differs somehow, but like I said, I'm extremely satisfied with the phone as what I own. So maybe one of these days I will get the Zenfone 10 just to test it out. But time to shut up because good news, the Zenfone isn't going anywhere.